Hi, I'm Brian Hathaway. The topic I will be presenting on is the math of Frisbees. Frisbees require use of different math skills to be able to throw the disc to the target. Math skills used to throw a Frisbee include acceleration, height, and angle of the disc. There are three major sports that use different types of disc that vary from diameters and weights. The Ultimate Frisbee has a weight of 175 grams and is wider for maximum lift with about 10 3/4 inch diameter. The Freestyle disc has a 10 1/4 inch diameter and are usually around 160 grams in weight. The Frisbee of the last major sport, disc golf, vary from 150 grams to the new 182 gram standard and have a much smaller diameter of 21 centimeters. To be able to talk about the mathematics of throwing a Frisbee, there is a need to talk about the different ways to throw a Frisbee. There are four main ways to throw a Frisbee. The first and easiest way to throw is backhand. To throw, start with your right foot in front. Then hold the disc to your left side of the body, and then release it across your body and towards your target. For left-handed people, they would use their left foot forward first. A different way to throw in the Frisbee is sidearm. To throw sidearm, a right-handed person has to have their left foot forward. When in stance, the person holds the disc with two fingers and flicks the disc on their right side of their body. The third way to throw a disc is the tomahawk. This throw is basically like throwing a baseball over your head at a certain angle. The last way to throw a disc is a roller. The roller is basically a person throwing a tomahawk into the ground at an angle that it will roll to the specified location it was thrown at. A person throwing a disc is creating acceleration. Sir Isaac Newton's second law of motion gave us the formula of acceleration, which is mass multiplied by acceleration, or mass divided by force, which also equals acceleration. Throwing the disc at the right height can make or break a throw. When throwing, many people usually release the nose of the disc up, and the disc usually goes way high over the target. A perfect throw would be a person holding the disc flat around shoulder height and then releasing straight with no angle, either backhand or sidearm. Throwing a Frisbee is all about the different angles. A person must know the basic angles like 45 degrees, 90 degrees, and 135 degrees to be able to understand the different terms. At 90 degrees, the disc is called flat, while between 0 and 89 degrees, with the nose of the disc down, the disc is called a hyzer. The hyzer throw will usually end up on the left side of the area aimed at. Holding the disc at 91 to 135 degrees with the nose up is called the anhyzer. The anhyzer throw, when thrown, will usually end up on the right side of the area aimed at. Usually, when throwing a hyzer, the disc is at a 45-degree angle, while the anhyzer is usually at a 135-degree angle. Sometimes, when throwing a hyzer or anhyzer, a disc can change trajectories and do an S-curve. This is usually because of the lip of the certain Frisbee thrown. Certain lips of Frisbees create an opposite lift when thrown at a certain and usually high velocity. These different lip types on the Frisbees either make the disc understable or overstable. Some math in school will never be useful in everyday life. When dealing with throwing a frisbee, much math is involved. People need to know the different acceleration, height, and angle of the frisbee to be able to throw it. Having to think about all these factors helps people keep sharp with their math skills. After a while of throwing the frisbee, calculating all the different factors of throwing it becomes second nature.